Hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. Well, a little windy today, but we're going to do the remaiden on the J-65 business jet, twin 70. I don't have afterburners. I don't think the thing has afterburners in real life, but I'm thinking about installing them just because I can. This one's been beat up. It's got several pop marks and places on it. It's kind of out of my mothball fleet. I haven't flown it in forever. But I'm remating because I went through there, put brand new landing gear in the back because one was bad, and that's when I replaced them both. And I took out the AR630 and I put an AR630T with a dual antenna, a spectrum receiver, upgraded to the AS3X Plus. And it's the first time flying on the IX-14, so I'm going to call it a remade with all that being changed. And all I've done with her so far is taxied her out in the driveway to make sure she passed her range test. I've greatly lessened. I looked at my flaps before, and I'm thinking I had almost barn door flaps, and I'm like, that's too much flaps. A jet doesn't need that much flaps. And they're big control surfaces on top of that. Right, left, up, down, right, left. Let me show you my flaps real quick. All right, this is takeoff, that's landing, and they were almost double that for landing before. My flap settings now, we're going to see how they go, are no flapped elevator mix, 100% positive for flaps up, 50% positive for takeoff, which is that, and then 0% positive for landing. No elevator to flap mix. And I don't think I need one. I didn't have one before, so I'm pretty sure I don't need one. I am going to end up going back to using flight modes. I know y'all want me to be able to tell you what my flap mixes are. But if you learn how to do flight modes, you'll realize flight mode with the flaps is so much easier, and you can adjust it in flight, and it's locked in. No more of that takeoff, try it, adjust, take off, try it, adjust, take off, try it, adjust. No, you can do it in the first flight, and that locks in those settings. So that's hard to relay what those mixes would be to someone beyond yourself. But all right, we're going to take off in the wind, so I'm not going to use flaps for now, but we may land with them just to see how she does not have thrust reverse, so I'm going to need the whole runway to slow her down probably. But I haven't flown this plane forever, and this is not going to be a high alpha plane with that big wide wing. You're going to want to bring her in pretty level, and then just a slight flare on the nose on landing. So here we go. Oh boy, I'm used to flying the Avanti and my sport jets and my military jets. This is a sweetheart.
Retracts deployed. Gear up.
Did need some down elevator. Boy, what a sweetie. Okay, well.
Landing flaps.
Yeah, she doesn't balloon or anything with those landing flaps. Okay.
Flaps up. Landing flaps.
Like I said, I'm just going to let her roll
Flaps up.
because I'm not going to try to turn her when she's still wanting to go. I mean, look at that, all that grass down there. That would just act like a big soft sponge to grab her. All right, we're going to actually take off from down there. And I am going to use takeoff flaps.
Takeoff flaps.
All right. Because the wind's cross runway, so it doesn't matter.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
Nice scale takeoff.
Flaps up.
What a sweetie. What an absolute sweetie. Want to take her up now? Not going to flip her. That's a big wide wing. I don't want to yet. You wouldn't want your passengers throwing up on you. That is beautiful.
Retracts deployed.
Now that right there, flying by, can definitely tell that the
Landing flaps.
gear come down. You get a little bit of
Time remaining 1 minute.
a little bit of wiggle. All right, we're going to bring it by slow and low. Gear down.
Seconds.
Making sure I'm on this side of the power line. Yeah, definitely. Thrust reverse would be awesome
Flaps up.
in this plane.
20 seconds.
All right. Or a longer runway, club members. Let's put a longer runway in. New gear is working real well.
Prop is secured.
All right, 7 seconds left on a 4-minute timer.
Motor on. Prop is secured.
Yep, I think if I was to add thrust reversing and afterburners, I know it doesn't have afterburners, probably doesn't, but sure would look cool, especially the blue ones. I might just do that, just for the orientation. All right, just to show you before I check the battery, I have the 5000 graphene, Turnigy graphene, perfectly even with the front of the wooden battery tray. And there's actually CG marks on the underside of the wing, which is great because you got these little plastic doublers here, and it's directly underneath those plastic doublers. So if you put I know the cap's on and I know the gear's down, but I got slightly nose heavy on purpose right now. So if it wasn't so windy today, I'd probably put that battery back about 1/2 inch and get her more level. Has dual 60 amp ESCs in there. So, but then, like I say, it doesn't have thrust reversing. And the battery or the receiver that I'm using is an AR637TA that's been upgraded to AS3X Plus. And my take on the AS3X Plus, yes, I know there's a lot more to it. No, I don't have the wheel gyro going. Is that what my impression of it thus far is that it's just more intuitive. It seems to feel the wind better. It's more reactive, more properly reactive to the wind without being overreactive. You have less wing rock, you have less oscillation. You don't have to adjust your gain as much. It seems to be more locked in, like it reads the air. The algorithm is a little bit better, is the only way I can really describe it. Now this plane here, I have removed, for obvious reasons, every time I go in the grass. This has wheel skirts that come down here, and on the front. Well, I have removed all that because my runway I'm going to end up in the grass and they're going to just get ripped off. And so I figured, you know, why go through that hassle? Go ahead, just remove them, and that's what I did. Good flying plane. It has got hanger rash all over. It's got dents and dings and everything. It has definitely seen better days, but it is a great flying plane. I am so glad I got her out of the mothball fleet and got her up again. But that is just a good looking plane. The gear, as far as how long it takes for the gear to go up and down, pay attention to this. Not that long, not that long. And the doors were connected to the, I think maybe the front door was sequenced, but the back doors were connected to the gear itself, so they go up with it. Got lights everywhere. I mean, this thing is just covered with lights, so if I was to put some blue afterburners in this thing, imagine how beautiful that would be. You got that strobe back there. You got strobes on each of the wingtips. You got the landing lights here. Those lights there, landing lights on the front. I didn't pay attention if these lights went on or off with the gear or not. No, they stay on too. So that's cool. That's the light that comes on when the gear goes down. So, anyways, folks, there you go. That is the X-Fly J-65. Now, the free wing version of this is just, I think it's just slightly smaller, like maybe an inch less wingspan. This one's just so obviously a little bit bigger. But to me, and they're about the same price. In fact, I think they're both exactly $4.99. This one to me looks better, and just because the other one's all white, this one's got more color and has just a better light package in my opinion. But she's a big plane, so the wings come off with a quick connect. You don't have to do any wiring, just a quick connect. 3 bolts with a 2mm hex drive. Remove the 3 bolts, the wings slide out. Big old honking wing spar, ball link everywhere, and everything's hooked up for you. If I remember right, maybe the elevator. You do have to put the tail together, but ball links there on everything, and you do have to run your wires for your motors, obviously, because that whole nacelle, the back half glues on, but it's got very long. It's like a lot of the free wing models. You got to put the fuse together. You got the very long spars in there, glue it and put it and let it set there, and then you add your nacelles bolt onto that. If I'm remembering right, yeah, the nacelles bolt onto that from the side, and there's 2 bolts holding them in. But so there is some gluing involved, but yeah, good flying plane. Folks, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. God bless y'all. God is good, and that is the J-65 business jet. And I tell you what, that right there, that is one beautiful, beautiful plane.